As you can see, there's a whole lot more bugs than folks out here. I like to use locusts as an example, because when they show up, it ain't just a few, it's a full-blown sky takeover. In this video, this poor couple's driving through what looks like a scene straight out of the Bible. I mean, that ain't just a bad day. That's a plague, partner. Right now, as you listen to this, there are more insects on Earth than anything else. They live in the soil beneath your feet, in the walls of your home, in the sky, in your food. By weight, they actually outnumber humans 300 to 1. Some of them pollinate the crops we eat. Others break down waste or clean the forest floor. And a few are just impossible to kill. Now listen here. When it comes to killing cockroaches, folks get real creative. On the left, we got some high-tech James Bond-looking setup. Wires, motors, LEDs. Probably cost more than my truck. And on the right, that's how Grandma used to do it. One broom, one mission, and zero mercy. Ain't no in-between. Either you're building machines or you're going full cowboy with a broomstick. They've survived asteroid strikes, ice ages, fire, and floods. And as the world heats up, dries out, and changes in ways we can barely predict, they might inherit whatever's left. When the world ends, cockroaches won't notice. They'll just keep going. There are over 4,500 species of cockroaches, and many of them are older than the dinosaurs. Some can live for a week without a head. Others can go a month without food or hold their breath for over 40 minutes. Their shells are like armor. Their nervous systems are decentralized. You don't kill a cockroach. You slow it down. They creep through cracks, hide in shadows, and reproduce at speeds that would terrify any mathematician. But there's one species in particular that's become something more, the Madagascar hissing cockroach. It doesn't fly, it doesn't bite, but when it's threatened, it hisses like a snake. Now in this clip, I want y'all to listen real close. That hissing sound, that ain't no gimmick. That roach is talking smack. Forcing air through little holes in its body to sound bigger, scarier, harder to forget. Maybe that's why they've become symbols of resilience, disgust, and strangely, revenge. In New York City at the Bronx Zoo, there's a tradition that's now over a decade old. Each February, right before Valentine's Day, the zoo launches a campaign unlike anything else in the world. It's called Name a Roach. For just $15, you can name one of their giant hissing cockroaches after your ex. Yes, your ex. The one who ghosted you. The one who said, "It's not you, it's me." The one who blocked you, then unblocked you, then blocked you again. They don't get flowers. They get a roach. You get a digital certificate with their name proudly stamped on it. You can even add extras, a plush roach, a personalized message, or an animated e-card. It's petty, it's funny, but it's also raising money for animal conservation, helping preserve species like the hissing cockroach, which, unlike your ex, actually serves an ecological purpose. This year was the 13th edition of the program, and once again, thousands of people took part, because sometimes the best way to move on is to name a bug after someone who didn't deserve you. Before we ever poured concrete, before we built cities, ants had already done it. Underground, a single ant colony can stretch across dozens of meters with air shafts, farming chambers, nurseries, and waste dumps. In some regions, there are colonies with billions of individuals. They're builders. Army ants in Central and South America sweep the jungle floor like a living carpet, devouring anything that doesn't move fast enough. And if you think that's just jungle horror, think again. Ants are on every continent except Antarctica. And in Australia, some species are now adapting to bushfire seasons by shifting their entire colonies underground during dry months. Insects don't protest climate change, they outsmart it. Then come the wasps, misunderstood, terrifying, and absolutely essential. There are over 100,000 known species. Most of them don't sting people, but almost all of them sting something, and when they do, it ain't fun. Best not to mess with them. This poor woman got tagged right near her left eye.
Yesterday, I got stung in the eyebrow by a wasp, and I knew it was going to swell, but I didn't expect it to swell this bad. But,
You can see it hurts, but somehow she just laughs it off like a champ. Tougher than most, I'll tell you that much. Parasitic wasps lay their eggs inside caterpillars. When the larvae hatch, they eat their host from the inside, very, very slowly. It sounds cruel, but it keeps pest populations under controls and protects global food crops. In fact, in some parts of Southeast Asia, farmers now raise parasitic wasps in labs and release them into rice fields by the millions. It's cheaper than pesticides and way more targeted. The wasps don't get credit, but they do the work. Now, termites, they ain't flashy. They don't buzz around like wasps or crawl on your sandwich like ants. But make no mistake, they're some of the best builders on the planet. Most folks hear termite and think, great, there goes my porch. But out in the wild, termites ain't just eating wood, they're building cities. Yeah, cities. Out in Africa, Australia, and parts of South America, termites build these massive mounds of mud. Some are taller than a man on a ladder, and they ain't just piles of dirt. They're full-blown cooling systems built to keep the inside nice and steady, no matter how hot or cold it gets outside. No AC, no buttons, just mud and bug spit. Inside those mounds, there's a whole setup. Tunnels, rooms, nurseries, even little farms where they grow fungus to eat. It's all organized, and every termite knows exactly what to do, like some kind of tiny construction crew that never stops working. Now, if termites are the silent types, beetles are the tank division. There's more kinds of beetles than any other critter on the planet. We're talking over 400,000 species. Some are shiny, some are mean, and some of them have more armor than a Humvee. Take the ironclad beetle, for example. You can step on one with your boot, full weight, and it just walks it off. Scientists tried crushing it with over 30,000 pounds of pressure before it finally cracked. Then there's the bombardier beetle, which basically comes with built-in chemical warfare. When it's attacked, it mixes two chemicals inside its body and blasts out a boiling hot spray, little puffs of smoke and everything, like a bug-sized flamethrower. I'm not making this up. That beetle carries around a tiny chemistry lab, and it knows exactly how to use it. Now, if beetles are the tanks, locusts are the airstrike. One locust on its own ain't much trouble, but get a few million of them in a group, and you've got a biblical nightmare. They fly in swarms the size of cities, black out the sky, and eat everything in their path. Corn, wheat, trees, your backyard tomatoes. If it's green, it's gone. In 2020, one swarm in East Africa was so big it could eat as much food in a day as 35 million people. They even had to track it by satellite. Now here's the real kicker. Locusts ain't born bad. They start out just like any other grasshopper. Quiet, minding their own business, hopping around a little patch of weeds somewhere. Ain't no big deal. But when the land gets dry and food gets scarce and there's just too dang many of them packed into the same space, something inside them snaps. They start changing. And I don't mean a little attitude shift. I mean full-blown bug, Jekyll, and Hyde. First thing that goes is their color. They turn from plain old green to this angry yellow or even dark brown, like they're suiting up for something. Then their bodies get tougher, their wings grow longer, and here's the crazy part. Their brains actually change. Like rewiring a tractor to run on rocket fuel. They stop being loners. They crave the crowd now. And once enough of them gather, that's when it happens. The swarm. It don't start slow either. 1 minute it's a few dozen. Next thing you know, you look up and there's a black cloud in the sky that ain't rain. It's bugs, millions of them. They move together like they've trained for this. Tight formation, low to the ground, like a squadron of hungry little fighter jets, and buddy, they are starving. They'll strip a cornfield clean in a couple of hours. Move on to the next one before lunch. And if it's green, they're eating it. Crops, leaves, tree bark, hay bales, you name it. They've even been known to chew through fence paint and wet laundry hanging on the line. These things will eat till there's nothing left but dirt and regret. On the flip side, if you're looking for precision, let's talk dragonflies. Most folks see one flitting around a creek bed and think, oh, what a pretty little bug. Yeah, pretty. But that thing is a straight-up killer. Dragonflies don't just fly. They hunt in midair like little helicopters with teeth. They can spot a mosquito from across the pond, lock eyes on it mid-flight, and snatch it out of the sky before it even knows what hit it. No warm-up, no warning, just snap. And here's the part that'll make your jaw drop. They almost never miss. Scientists say they've got a 95% success rate when they go after prey. That's better than a guided missile. They fly forward, backward, sideways, hover in place, spin around like a dang fidget spinner if they need to. Each of their wings moves on its own. So if they want to pause in midair and make a U-turn, no problem. It's like watching a hawk in a Black Hawk helicopter had a baby, only smaller, faster, and way older. Some folks say dragonflies have been flying around this planet for over 300 million years. That's before the dinosaurs ever learned to roar. While T-Rex was still figuring out what to eat for breakfast, dragonflies were already out here running the skies like tiny fighter pilots. They ain't flashy, they ain't loud, but when it comes to precision, dragonflies are the real deal. If y'all like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I gotta keep the lights on and the coffee flowing. Appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.